Hello there, folks. I see Jamie Hart's over here in the chat taking the piss. Uh, you know, what do you expect from Jamie? That's just the way he is. It's a freaking he's a jokester. But anyway, so uh, yeah, so we're gonna be talking about MaM-a-Thon. There we go. So we're gonna be talking about MaM-a-Thon, and we're gonna be talking about what's coming up. Here this weekend. Friday night it kicks off with me. You guys know that will be at 9:30 Central Time that I will be kicking off. I'm pretty excited. I am going to be talking about my guests here today, but before I get into talking about my guests, I want to talk a little bit about the other hosts. So, Johnny's going to be following me right after. I'm going to be the first segment. Then Johnny or Ripper on YouTube is going to be right after me. Ripper's got some good stuff, folks. He landed some really good guests. If you guys haven't gone over to his channel, he put up a video yesterday. He got Aaron Moriarty, which is good, which is very, very interesting, obviously. And then he got Trisha Bushnell. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. I honestly thought about reaching out to Trisha Bushnell many times myself. So yeah, he's got that. He's gonna also have Mitch from Team Stockton there. He's gonna have some good stuff. So Johnny's gonna have some good stuff. I'm excited about all these, really about all the hosts here. I mean, Andrew Whitehead, he's gonna have a DNA guy that I think is gonna be quite interesting, obviously. So he's lined up some good guests. It's going to be some interesting stuff. Obviously Linda Kay's got a bunch of people, a lot of, really, really great supporters, people who are really, really well versed in the case. She's going to be talking to, I believe, Eric is Banana Man, sorry, is going to also be on her channel over this weekend, which I'm pretty excited about that because, he's one of the big ones on Twitter that is constantly representing, Avery Dassey and everything. So I'm pretty interested in seeing him on her channel. So you got that. We got obviously Tracy Struncy, basically a lawyer. She's going to be talking with several exonerees, people, some people that have been exonerated for crimes they hadn't committed. So she's going to have, from what I understand, multiple exonerees on. So she'll be talking to people that have actually been exonerated. So that'll be interesting. And that reminds me, she had one more exoneree that she ended up handing off to Johnny. So you guys can also, during Ripper's segments, one of Ripper's segments, he's going to be talking to Adam Brazil, sorry. And those of you who have been following Making a Murderer have probably heard that name and heard of that case. So it'd be very interesting as well there. So Tracy's going to be talking to a bunch of exonerees and stuff. So I expect that's going to be interesting. We got Millbilly. Millbilly is going to, I'm pretty excited about Millbilly too, because apparently in one of his segments, he's going to be showing us something, folks, that we haven't seen yet. So I'm pretty excited to see what him and his guest are going to be coming up with there for that segment. It's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of stuff. There's going to be, I see a lot of interesting content, coming from the hosts in this, we got Sharon Sunshine. She is going to be having some interesting guests as well. She's going to be having Kazbat, who is another YouTuber who has her own true crime channel that's fairly popular. So she's going to be talking to her. She's going to be also talking to Dr. Sandra Lean, folks. And for those of you who have been following the Luke Mitchell case at all, Dr. Sandra Lean is one of the ones that's really championing his cause. And so Sharon landed Dr. Sandra Lean as a guest. So, I mean, the hosts have really been doing a really great job this year and getting some really interesting guests, some really interesting content that we're all going to be able to check out. Let me see. Who else? Who else do we have? Here, let me see. We have also Jerome, of course. Jerome and Paul, right? Jerome is going to be, having some interesting content as well. He's going to be giving, he's going to be one of his. I'm not sure why somebody said Sandra Greenman. No, I didn't. No, that's not what I meant. Dr. Sandra Lean is who I was saying. She's involved with the Luke Mitchell case. I'm not sure why Sandy Greenman's name came up, but I meant to say Sandra Lean, who is a big champion for Luke Mitchell. So obviously Jerome's gonna have some interesting stuff. He's got a guitar that is going to be possibly that folks can win, that you can enter a drawing to win it. We'll be explaining more about that. But we're still just working out some of the mechanics on that part of it just yet. So I don't want to talk about that just yet. But so we got Jerome over over with the French Wrecking Crew on his channel. And then we have Mr. Capaldi. Okay. And Mr. Capaldi has lined up some interesting guests. I believe we're going to be seeing Fleetside over there and a few other folks, really interesting, people. So I'm really excited that the hosts really did a good job this year of going out there and getting some interesting guests and some interesting content. And I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty interesting weekend with a lot of really interesting information to be, watched and absorbed. You know what I mean? So it's really, really something looking like it's shaping up to be something special here. So we're pretty excited about it. Linda K is going to be having J-Jax on, Odag, Mystical Jinx, Henbury, One Strand in the Rav, and Ripper Jack, and maybe a peekaboo from the Powder Puff Girls. Okay, I'm interested to know what the hell that means. So, so that's what's going on over on Linda's channel. Like I said, all really, really well, knowledgeable supporters, people who know the case pretty well. So that's going to be probably a pretty interesting discussion. So, all right. So that's what we got coming up. It's coming up Friday night, folks. 2 days away. 3 days, actually. No, sorry. Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we're 3 days away. Basically, about 3 days and 2 hours from it starting. So, alrighty. Oh, Sandy Greenman will be on Tracy's channel. Oh, there you go. Right on. Who has Elvis and Tupac on their lives? Yeah. I'm sorry, Jamie. I was only able to get Jim Morrison. What do you want? I'm sorry. Hey. I'm kidding, folks. I'm not having Jim Morrison. Anyway, let's see here. Let's see. I will be getting my hair did this weekend. Damn it. How you gonna do that, dude? How you gonna get your hair did? Dude, you see this? I just realized on Friday, I was thinking about, I gotta go get a haircut before MaM-a-Thon. And then I was like, oh, wait, I can't. So anyways. Got to get fuel to make sure I am awake for this. Yeah, there you go. I need to make a run to Costco too. So, okay. So what do I have? You may be wondering. What is it? What are you going to be expecting to see on my 2 segments? Okay, so my segments are going to be the opening segment of MaM-a-Thon, which is 9:30 Central to 12:30 Central, and that will be my first segment. So my first segment is going to be, I'm going to open up MaM-a-Thon, obviously, and spend a little bit of time talking to everybody, a little bit of chatter, a little bit of things that I want to say to open it up, and then as soon as I'm done introducing MaM-a-Thon, I'm going to take you guys right into my interview with Steve Moore, retired FBI agent Steve Moore. Okay. Him and I had a pretty long talk, over a half an hour, about Brendan. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I love talking to Steve Moore. He's such a great guy. He's down to earth. He's very sensible. He's, he makes a lot of good sense. He's just, and he's knowledgeable when it comes to investigations and stuff, being that he is a retired FBI agent. And so his opinions are just very, 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 interesting, right? So that's where we're headed there. We got, obviously we got Steve Moore, who's going to be, Jamie cuts his own hair. There you go. So we got Steve Moore, who's going to be at, roughly right near the beginning. After I introduce MaM-a-Thon and stuff, then I'm going to follow it up with the interview with Steve Moore. I am currently in talks. I'm in negotiations, you might say. I'm in negotiations with an exoneree, somebody who has been exonerated. This is a big name. And the reason why I'm not saying it is because I don't want to jinx it. I'm not saying the name, and I am sorry, folks, but it's a big name. Hopefully this person will agree to come on with me, or they will at least, hopefully, maybe tomorrow or the next day, agree to do a pre-recorded interview with me. And if whether they agree to come on live or whether they do agree to do a pre-recorded segment with me, I intend to have that segment follow Steve Moore. Obviously, I will come back in and I will talk to you guys a bit and introduce the clip if it ends up, if it ends up happening. I will introduce it, and then I will play that clip with, like I say, all I can say at this point is it's a very, very famous exoneree, somebody that you guys will pretty much all recognize the name. So I'm hoping that works out, but I'm in negotiations. It's basically kind of, I'm still talking to them. They are interested, but they have concerns. And so I'm busy trying to, talk to them and help them understand what this is about and that sort of thing. So hopefully I will have that person for you guys. I really hope I will. Then after that, it's going to move into Dr. Silkman and I. And we're going to close out my first segment with Dr. Silkman and I just talking about Brendan and all the things, that just aren't right with Brendan. And just, so my first segment is just going to be there pounding on the Brendan nail. You know what I mean? I'm going to be pounding on that in my first segment. My second segment is going to be a little bit change in the focus a bit. Whereas I'm going to be then focusing on my last segment. It's going to be primarily Steven. It's going to be pretty much all Steven. I'm going to be having Jeff Young and Wonder Dog Zoe are going to be on my final segment. Magilla and Rule are going to be on my final segment. So Jeff and I are going to start out talking about what I'm anticipating is going to be on Millbilly, on his live, that new information that I was telling you about that we haven't seen. So it looks like Jeff and I are probably going to be talking about that for a little bit at the beginning of my second live, or the one that closes out MaM-a-Thon. So I'm going to have Jeff Young, and we're going to probably be discussing, like I said, that new information that came out in Millbilly's live this weekend, or this coming weekend. So we'll be talking a bit about that, and then as we're getting near the end of my talk with Jeff, I'm going to bring Magilla and Rule in, and Magilla and Rule and Jeff and I are all we're going to all talk a little bit and stuff, and Magilla and Jeff are Magilla really wants to kind of do a track by track analysis with Jeff and stuff like that. So that's probably what we'll end up doing there with Magilla and Jeff and Rule, where we're going to go ahead and maybe do like a track by track review. And then after we get done with that, Jeff and Zoe will then, leave the broadcast studio. And then it will be me and Magilla and Rule and we will be covering Megillah's final segment. You guys have been tuning in on Sundays, right? Because Megillah and I have been covering his research into the Duluth tracks and all that sort of stuff, right? So his final segment, we've been saving it, and his final segment for that talk is going to be in my closeout live for MaM-a-Thon. So that's what we're doing there. And then after I'm done with Jeff and after I'm done with Megillah, I'm basically looking to bring in Denise Rainey, good friend of mine, folks, passionate supporter. She has her own YouTube channel, and she has been talking about true crime on that channel. She's really, digging in and putting out a lot of content over there. But she's also one of the ones that, when we first, back when Making a Murderer 2 came out, and she was one of those folks that was flooding into my lives after M2 came out, and we ended up forming the community that we formed. Hey, T1, what's up, buddy? Ended up forming the community that we formed and stuff. And I mean, Denise Rainey was a big part of, she did so many things to help out. She built the Wrecking the Wrecking Crew Discord server. Her and her son, they set that up and built that and got that all going. Right. And I got to say, it was pretty brilliant, because look at, after she created the Wrecking Crew Discord server, there were several other Discord servers that popped up for other, creators, and the other creators were creating their Discord servers. And now the Discord servers are a place where people really like to go to discuss, because it's a kind of a nice place to go to discuss and talk about things. So obviously, I'm pretty excited to have Denise Rainey on. I believe I'm going to be having Mr. Jamie Hart, who you see over here in the chat. I believe I'm going to have him at the same time, but I haven't asked him yet. So he's just finding out right now. Anyway, so I'm thinking about having Jamie and Denise, and I'm just thinking we'll reminisce about, what it's been like since Making a Murderer came out, since Making a Murderer 2 came out. Maybe reminisce a little bit about the days and hangouts before Discord came along, and and all that sort of stuff, and just kind of maybe close it out with a little bit of lighthearted fun and talking and talking about memories and stuff, because it was really a great thing right after MAM2, and we had all those people, and there was just so much conversation, people trying to learn, eager to learn, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to be talking with Denise about the case, about supporters, and also Jamie, if he agrees, but about supporters and about all that sort of stuff. So I'm pretty excited. I love Denise Rainey, folks. She has just been amazing. You guys, for those of you, at Raleigh last year, she was amazing with her damn camera. Holy crap, man. She was catching so many things. I was amazed, because when she got home and she started making she had the cow whispering video where her and the other girls had gone over, were driving down this road and saw some cows close to the fence or whatever. So they all pulled over and they started calling at the cows and trying to get the cows' attention. And suddenly all the cows start walking towards the car. There was that. She got the bit with Paul when he was teaching Allie how to dance, and me and him we're all there drinking that night at the lake house in Wisconsin there in Manitowoc. She got all that, and she ended up posting that. She is just phenomenal. She's just great. So I'm pretty excited to be having Denise on. And like I said, she's got a pretty strong channel that she's developing herself. And I'll tell you what, it's a great pleasure that I'll be getting the chance to speak with her. So, all right, Jamie's in. So, all right, there we go. Good. Spelled safe word wrong. Let's see. What's this? Better watch. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's Denise's channel. Pom just posted the link for Denise's channel there, folks. So you guys can go check that out if you want. 25th. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Linda K is on the 25th, which is Saturday from 2 to 5 Central. And she is on Sunday from 10 to 2 Central. So that's where you can find her. Hey, Rip. Hey, Ripper. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. There is a schedule. Actually, it's a really, really easy schedule. Here, this is the best place to go, folks. I'm going to post this right here. This will show you exactly what's happening and when. Go to this website, folks. That is the website right there that is going to tell you what's happening and when. And so if you get confused, there you go. Julie just posted it again. It's the same thing right there. So if you go there to that link, that is going to give you a list of all the times and all of the hosts. And so you'll be able to go at any point during the weekend and look at this list and find out where the live is. Now, keep in mind, the times are central times. So you gotta account for that if you're not central. All right. This truth train doesn't need rails. So I hope that helps, Zelma. That link should get you. It should give you all the information you're looking for. Hold on a second, folks. I ain't gonna open the door to my studio because it is freaking baking in here. Whew, man, killer. Tempted to turn on the AC. Jesus. Anyway. See, wait till this video is over before you go or you lose this feed. Yep, there you go. Ask me how I know. Hilarious. So, drink some Dr. Pepper and say, where's my doctor? There it is. Oh, that'll help too. Oh, nectar of the gods, folks. Nectar of the gods. All right. Anyway. So, yeah, so that's where we're at. I mean, I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be really exciting. Like I said, I'm excited about some of the other hosts. Ripper's got some really good guests coming up. Linda's got really good guests coming up. I mean, I'm very, very intrigued with Andrew Whitehead's guests. Millbilly's going to have some new information that we're all going to be able to take a look at for the first time. So that's going to be cool. You know, unique, original content, essentially, because we haven't seen it before. So there's going to be a lot to look for this weekend. And I hope, it's going to be a good thing. So we're really just, my hat's off to the hosts because they really went out and did a great job of tracking down some really, really good guests and some really, really good content. And I think it's going to be marvelous. Yeah. Hey, Ripper, Mr. Capaldi has been trying to get me sponsored by Dr. Pepper for the last 2 or 3 years. So, maybe one of these days. Starting to realize Erekose's studio is about the size of a jail cell. Yep, it was built for one purpose. And it wasn't for a jail cell, but anyway. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Jamie Hart, come visit. Yeah, so we're going to have Henbury on Linda's. I mean, Linda's got quite a few mystical jinx. She's definitely got some good supporters there to talk with. And so that's going to be pretty interesting, I'm pretty sure. Let me just see. Let me go through her guests one more time if I can find it. Yes. So, whoops. That wasn't it. And I can't find it now. But, like I said, Mystical Jinx. And I believe Eric is Banana Man. I may be wrong. I don't think I saw that name up in her when she listed her guests earlier. But I thought I saw him on Twitter saying that he was going to be on her segment. So I'm not sure there. Maybe she can answer that for us here in a second. Erekose actually just moved to the prison toilet out of the way to let sunshine in. See, is there a list posted with times and guests? Yes, T1. If you go to that link that Julie and I just posted, that link tells you everything you need to know. And I don't know. I thought this might be helpful, but I don't know, Julie, if this is possible, but maybe on that website, just because looking at it, I noticed you guys have all of us as hosts listed. And then if you click on a host, it goes to their channel, right? I was wondering if down in the schedule, because like I've already pre-created my live, so they're already there. You could go to them now and get a link for them. I was wondering if it would be possible to put the link for each live underneath each time. I don't know if that's possible. I thought I'd suggest it because I thought it might make it easier for people that way. But anyways, just a thought I had, but like I said, anyway. Okay, so she posted it again. Okay, well, she doesn't have Eric there, so maybe I'm wrong. And a lot of guests are still surprises. There are some surprise guests out there. That's true. He keeps bypassing it. Oh, Mandy has a question. Hold on. Who started this conversation about MAM to begin with? I'm technically, who started the conversation? I would have to probably say it was Moira Demos and Laura Ricciardi when they made MAM1, right? But then obviously right out of the gate you had guys like not me, because I waited about 8 or 9 months before I started on YouTube. But right out of the gate you had Casey Oliver, or Casey Martinez at the time, Mama Phoenix, as you may know her. She was one of the very first ones out of the gate. Johnny Ripper, who's also here in this chat with us. Ripper was another one of the very, very first ones out of the gate after watching Making a Murderer and everything. So they were, honestly, probably some of the very first ones to start talking about it. But I came along about 8 months after MAM1 came out. And yes, I started talking about it, and I won't shut the hell up. Well, Casey and Johnny were on YouTube, but but it's all about us. It's about us creating the awareness. It's about us continuing to talk about it and continuing to create places for everybody to gather together to talk about the cases and everything, and to continue to keep the interest up and to continue to keep the focus in the spotlight on this area of Wisconsin, so that they can't relax. They can't relax. They're going to just have to continually be watching over their shoulders, and that's the way it is. I'm running it? What does that mean? It's going on 4 years. Oh, hilarious. Yeah, Johnny was one of the very first ones, folks. Ripper Jack Media there. He was one of the very first ones. He's being shy about it now, and he's trying to act like I was. But he was one of the very, very first ones out of the gate. So, anyways. Oh, who started MaM-a-Thon? Well, that was Allie, Tracy, various members of the Wrecking Crew, myself, all last year. Last year was the very first MaM-a-Thon, and it's a team effort. It's several people that make this happen, because I guarantee you there's no flipping way I can make this happen on my own. This is a lot of work, okay? And there's certainly no way I could do it by myself, and I don't think anybody else could do it by themselves. So it takes a team, takes a village, however you want to look at it. But there's a lot of people, all the hosts, people behind the scenes like Ben and Julie. Even this year with just lots of people that are part of this, that are contributing to make this a successful event. And I can't take away from anybody. So there's a lot of people responsible for it, and but that's part of what makes it so great, because so many people coming together and agreeing on this particular topic, and we're able to create this event that gives everybody a chance to show up and learn some new things, get some new content, and that sort of stuff. And like I said, all raising awareness for Steve and Brendan while we're doing it. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. It's only one person's event. So, okay, there you go. There's your answer. Okay. Let's see. Last year was wildly successful, both the community and financially for Stephen and Brendan. Absolutely, that's true. Why is T1 being Johnny or Ripper? You got to understand, T1 is the local jokester. Him and Jamie Hart. Those two are they're the clowns. They're the class clowns. Once you understand they're the class clowns, that's it. That's all you need to know. No, he does not know T1 very well. Let's see. What else we got? It takes the people to bring things like this to the attention of the public, and no hiding it now. Absolutely. Well, I didn't see your request there, Ripper. Sorry, buddy. I have a serious side around here somewhere. Oh, really? I don't think I've ever seen it. Is it buried inside the ball gag, maybe? Is that where it is? Folks, if I could get T1 to join Jamie Hart and Denise and I would, but he won't talk. He's no talkie. Just making sure this isn't going to turn into an R. Kelly video. Ooh, yeah. Definitely don't want that. That dude's freaky. Let's see, T1, I thought you split. Oh, split. Huh? See, T needs to make an appearance with the ball gag. Oh, I agree. He should. He totally should. Will he do it, though? Surviving T1. Let's see here. I hope this year's event is just as successful as last year's. There are more hosts this year, and I think it might be even better. I agree. I mean, that's another part of this, folks. Is another reason why I was, wanting to expand it to more hosts this year is because I wanted to be able to, people that maybe don't follow this all the time, who might tune into MaM-a-Thon this weekend. I really wanted them to see this multiple people out there publicly on YouTube and whatever, and people talking about this. Now there is one platform that had to back out of MaM-a-Thon. They had a scheduling conflict and they had to back out of MaM-a-Thon, but I am still going to be mentioning them during MaM-a-Thon, and I'm going to mention them right now. And that's 80 More Things, folks. The podcast, 80 More Things. It's run by Finn and Julie, or Pom Pom, as you see there in the chat. They're the ones that do that show. It's an interesting show. They talk to a lot of interesting people. So you should go over and check them out if you get a chance. They were going to be hosts this year, but there was a bit of a scheduling snafu, and it just wasn't able to happen. So, but I do want to make sure people are aware of 80 More Things, and if you haven't, go over there and give them a look. And like I said, I will be talking about them during MaM-a-Thon as well. So that's kind of where we're at. There's a part of what I wanted to do was I wanted people to see how many people are out there getting vocal about this. That was really one of the big reasons why I wanted to expand it to more guests. I'm sorry, to more hosts, I should say. Sorry, to more hosts, and then hopefully that'll be something that people will see. Like, oh, last year we had 4 hosts, but this year we have 8, 9 hosts, right? And people can see a growth in the people supporting Stephen and Brendan. I think that's important. So that was another reason why I was really, really wanting to get some of these other, YouTubers and people that are getting out there and getting public and speaking up about this, and I wanted to get them involved. So that was another big thing. I'm excited about it too, just like Pom Pom is. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm going nuts because I want it to be Friday already. Like, I'm like seriously like going nuts because I want it to be time. Let's see, T1, I'll get you one for Christmas with Pom Pom on it. It's weird. You start talking about ball gags and peeing, and viewers increase 25%. Well, yeah, Johnny, if you were here back after MAM2 just came out, T1, the whole ball gag thing, yeah, oh, boy, we got to tell you that story sometime, Rip. We got to tell you that story. But anyway, yeah, T1 was always the guy who would come into the voice chats, but he would never say anything. He was just there listening, but he wouldn't say anything. And then he would always type in the text chat, next to the voice chat, right? So we would end up having to always read his comments, even though he was in there. So we always started giving him crap, and then eventually he started telling us, "Well, I can't if it wasn't for this ball gag." And he started making jokes about a ball gag, and here we are. We now joke around about T1 and a ball gag. So anyway, you lost it in the. Oh, you lost the ball gag in the divorce? Oh, damn. Let's see. For me, the best thing about MaM-a-Thon was that it brought together supporters from around the world and from an incredibly diverse background, which is another good point. Let's see, Ripper, I watched the documentary and never once believed Stephen and Brendan were guilty. I saw through it all and was livid and literally had a sick stomach about it. I was pleasantly surprised when I came across Erekose. Oh, I feel honored and special. Let's see here. Falcon? Yeah, I miss Falcon. I do miss that guy. I like Falcon. He's a guilter, but I do like him. He's a guilter, but he's reasonable. He's very reasonable. So I do like Falcon. I do hope to see him this weekend. I hope he will pop in. He's been kind of staying away for a while, but hopefully this weekend for MaM-a-Thon, maybe we'll get to see Falcon pop in at some point. I'm hoping we do. I had no idea who started exposing the gross corruption of Manitowoc County. The wife's almost home. Got to go. All right. See you later, Rip. See you, buddy. Never heard of Falcon, but that's interesting that he made the logo. Well, you know what he's got. But he's got a ball game mask. It's really cool. I've seen the picture of it. Let's see. Got to share Xmas tree T1 ball gag photo. There you go. See you later, Fen. The wife is almost home. Whoop, already read that. Let's see. TTM fangirl here's. He's been MIA for a while. Yeah, that's talking about Falcon. Absolutely. Let's see. Ellen R. Ripper. See, Falcon told me he might come by and say hi this weekend. There you go. I hope he'll pop in. You know, I haven't seen him in a while, but it'd be good to see him. Let's see. If we are giving compliments at Erekose on making a murderer, gave me hope that maybe there was something that could be done for Brendan and Steven. Oh, well, thank you, Zelma. I'll tell you what, the work you do also inspires me, to be perfectly honest, Zelma. So, I mean, you keep doing what you do, I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and everybody else will keep doing what they're doing, and we'll get this train back on the tracks. We'll get the bad guys being held accountable for it. So, but thank you so much, Zelma. That's very kind of you. A reasonable guilter. I know it's hard for people to imagine, but he's a very reasonable guy. In fact, let me see. Maybe I can pull it up real quick. Let me see if I can find. I have a video that. Oh boy. Let me see here. Hold on. I have a video where you guys can see Falcon. He actually came out and joined us at the first banner event we did. He met up with us at Universal City Walk. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. There you go. Okay, here it is. You guys, if you want to watch this one here, you guys will get to see Falcon in it. That is our first banner tour when we took the Stephen Avery Brendan Dassey banner, and we went down to Sunset Strip, and then we went up by the Hollywood sign, and then we headed over to Universal City Walk with it. So that's what that video is, and you guys will get to see Falcon in there. So he's a really nice guy. He's a really super nice guy. And like I say, the thing that's refreshing about Falcon is because he understands what we're complaining about. He doesn't necessarily agree with us, but he understands what we're complaining about. And so instead of acting rude and that sort of thing, he talks with supporters in a different way than most guilters do. And that's why I say he's reasonable. So he's a good guy. Let's see. Stacy Seabrook is apparently he's supposed to be making an appearance. He did agree to be a guest for anybody that wanted him to be, on. So I'm hoping we'll be seeing Stacy at some point. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Stacy. I asked him to be on, but he was going on with Finn and Julie. So I wonder if he's going to make an appearance. That would be. You should tell him. You should reach out to him again, Linda. You should reach out to him again and say, hey, now that Finn and Julie aren't, doing their segment now, maybe you could come and appear on mine. Personally, I think Stacy should appear on multiple channels. I personally think he should get out there and he should appear on all of the new hosts. He should, pop in for 20 minutes or so for each of the new hosts. That would be ideal. I'm not his boss, but that would be awesome. That would be good if he could do that. So hopefully he will. Finn, sorry. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. You were my go to after I left drama-filled FB group. Never went back. Right on. Hey, I'm not, we don't like the drama here, so you picked the right place. My whole point was wanting to know who got this going. This is what people should be doing, especially with the advantage of social media. I've tried to rewatch, but my stomach remains sick about it. Well, as we said, we talked about it earlier, how this all got started. So I'm gonna leave that topic alone at this point because yeah, I saw it. I couldn't stop smiling when I saw it. I thought you were joking that he was there. I am glad TTM Fangirl. I love you, great supporter. Let's see. We keep it classy for Dassey and gravy for Avery. T1. Ah, geez. Class clown, T1. You are, man. See, try to keep the drama to a minimum. 100%. Absolutely. Let's see. Falcon is the spitting image of AI from Big Al's toy barn in Toy Story 2. He is not a guilter. He just likes to tell us that he is. Hilarious. Okay. Let's see here. I agree too, Erekose, about Stacy being on multiple times if he is willing. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'd like to see him. I would like to see him pop in, at least for all of the new hosts. I'd like to see him pop in for a little bit for each one of the new hosts. Like I said, I can't make them, but that I would suggest it. I would really appreciate it if he was willing to do that. So, but yeah. Just message him. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Okay, great, awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see. I mean, I want to see Stacy getting on here and during this as well. And like I said, I'd love to see him get on with the newer folks, with the new hosts. So, TikTok Manitowoc polka style. You're gonna have Capaldi playing the accordion. TikTok Manitowoc on the accordion. Hey, Paul, can we do that? Can you do that? Do you think you could play TikTok Manitowoc on the accordion? Let's see. Then maybe have Scooby do a Davy Jones remix on her tambourine. I salute everyone for supporting Stephen and Brennan. I'm sure it helps Mr. and Mrs. Avery. Absolutely. So, all right. We have something else. I'm going to close out talking about this briefly, but we haven't completely fleshed this out just yet, unfortunately. But there are going to be some items that are potentially going to be able to be won by the viewers, right? Okay. So what this is we're coming up with a certain number of items. For instance, I'm going to be offering my 2 MaM-a-Thon magnets. Well, here, to show you guys what I'm talking about. So here's one of them, right? I'm going to be offering this one signed by me, my little autograph on there. And then I also have this one. They're both slightly different. In fact, this one here I'm about to show you, is one of a kind. This was literally made for me and only for me. This one here. As you can see, this one's slightly different than the other one. It has Stephen and Brendan at the bottom there and everything. But I will, again, be autographing that. And these will be 2 things that can potentially be won by you folks watching MaM-a-Thon. We also have Jerome's guitar that he will be signing that as well. And I have some other items that I'm working on, but I don't want to mention just yet because I'm still working out one little wrinkle regarding them. So I don't want to get everybody's hopes up just yet until I have 100% confirmation that I'm going to be getting what I hope I'm getting. So I don't want to mention it yet, but folks, if I get it, you're going to love it. Okay? If I'm able to get these items, you're going to love it. I'm telling you. So that's what we've got. We've got a lot of things kind of in the works here. A lot of things that we're planning to make this event exciting and successful. A lot of good guests, a lot of good content. This is going to be a great, great weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. As I said before, dude, I'm like literally chomping at the bit because I want it to be Friday already. I want it to be Friday now. So yeah, that's where we're at. I mean, it's I think we're set. We're going to be set up to have a lot of fun this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. Really, really looking forward to it. So, do we know where those of us overseas can donate, Erekose? Now that is another problem. That's another reason why I'm saying we're still working out wrinkles on this. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that just yet, Michelle. I don't know. I'm just not quite sure. We'll have to maybe think about that. I'm just not sure how to do it. The whole idea this year is we're to avoid any potential IRS or any kind of other issues or anything. We're really trying to avoid having any money pass through our hands. We're trying to avoid that. It creates the problem like Michelle's pointing out. If people overseas are not able to or not allowed to put money on Stephen and Brendan's books, that is a bit of a wrinkle. So I will have to get back to you on that, unfortunately, Michelle. I don't know exactly how to get around that at this point. So we'll have to see. We got a couple more days. We'll see what we can figure out. But yeah. Linda, how can you get in on this? Linda, one of the items is going to be for you. One of the items is going to be auctioned off for you as a host. So the hosts aren't supposed to win the prize. I mean, I don't know. Talk to me, Linda. We'll see what we can do. I'll see if I can send you something special. But anyways. Small unmarked bills. So yeah, that's where we're at. Crypto pesos. Oh, brother. Crypto pesos. Oh, that's hilarious. Let's see. Is it very easy to donate to Northwestern Pritzker Law School? That is a potential suggestion being floated at the moment, folks. So, as I said, we are still working on it. We are still working out the wrinkles. But as soon as we get those wrinkles figured out, I will be letting you guys know. I wanted to talk about it briefly today to get kind of people ready for the idea. So I wanted to talk about it a little bit. But yes, we're still kind of working out the mechanics on it. If the Northwestern Pritzker School of Law will accept overseas donations, then I think we may end up having that be the destination for people wanting to donate from overseas. We'll have to see if people from overseas are able to donate there. That may be the answer. That way, we're helping Northwestern Law School, basically, and that's where Laura Nyrider and Stephen Drizzen work out of. So that's why that would be a good place as well for the international crowd if they're able to donate there. And then that way everybody can get a chance to get in on the drawing. Okay? That's what it's called, by the way. All you hosts out there, it's a drawing. Do not use the R word. No R word. Can't use that word. Let's see. I put money into laser discs any day now. Hilarious. Addresses so you can write. Okay. So, see, Linda K, can you post the info for sending mails to Brendan and how about Mr. and Mrs. Avery. Thanks. So that's what we're looking at, folks. I think we're looking at a pretty exciting event coming up here this weekend, and like I said, I'm chomping at the bit. I want it to be. Nope, that's not the R word. I said we're calling it a drawing, Jamie. We're calling it a drawing. All hosts out there, it is a drawing. That's all it is a drawing. We are drawing names to find out who's going to win the prizes. So it doesn't start with Raphael, you might say. That is no. You're not allowed to say that word. That is an off-limit word. Do not say it. People from around the world can donate to Northwestern Pritzker Law School. Okay, so Captain Crunch is over there and won't shut the hell up. Apparently, he knows. So my guess is the captain has already made a donation to Northwestern. Okay, so I think that pretty much answers our question, but I still have to make sure that that's going to work. So there's still some talking that needs to happen to make sure that that is an acceptable plan. And so we'll be getting back to you guys. I'll probably get back to you guys tomorrow to let you know. So that's where we're at. Like I said, folks, we'll get back to you about the donation part and how the folks overseas will be able to get in on the drawing. So that's really what we're working on right now. Most everything here is basically kind of ready. The hosts are ready. They've kind of lined up everything, lined up their guests, lined things up. So we're all looking really good. And like I said, this last little thing that we're trying to work out is how the international crowd will be able to donate and be able to enter in the drawing. So that's where we're at. I hope you guys are excited. I know I am. Can't wait. I want it to be Friday, right? Now. So, looking forward to this weekend. I promise I will keep the shenanigans minimal. One-off donations and standing orders. But ultimately, it's not up to anyone to... What are you talking about, Captain? What are you talking about? We're talking about the fact that the international crowd has nowhere to donate. And we're trying to give them a place to donate. What do you mean by that? Anyways, now I'm moving on. Moving past that. Anyways, do we all still live on Avery Road? Oh, I think most of us do. I'm not concerned with prizes, but I don't get to donate to Brendan and Steven usually. So MaM-a-Thon is a good avenue. I need someone in a foreign country to make a test contribution by credit card so we can figure this out. So that's what we're saying, folks. We need to make sure it works. Before I sit here and tell you that that's what's happening, I and the people that are planning this event, we need to know that it's going to work. So that's where we're at. So that's what I'm trying to say. Yes, T1, but we prepped Cuss Road in case of eviction. Hilarious. Anyways, so that's where we're at. If somebody out there is willing to make a test donation to the Northwestern Pritzker School of Law, if you're willing to do that and get back to us and let us know how it went, I'm confident that whatever donation you make for this test, I'm sure we'll be happy. I will be happy to count it towards your donation total for MaM-a-Thon towards the drawing. I know. So if anybody out there is willing to try that right now, I don't know what. Okay, Travis, what do you knowing about? I need them to get in touch with me, and I will tell them what to do. Okay. Not to Northwestern. Okay. All right. So Travis has another thing that I'm just finding out about. So somebody, if you're willing, I don't know. I know pretty much everybody I can think of in the UK right now is in bed. Mark. I might be able to ask Mark. So Travis, I'll have Mark get in touch with you. And then they send me their monthly updates. Okay, so Captain has donated to the Pritzker School of Law. Anyways, okay, but so we'll find out, folks, tonight. I will get Mark to hook up with Travis, and we'll see if that works. So I'm going to go ahead and call it quits here, folks. I think I've said pretty much everything I want to say. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up, and so I hope everybody's getting excited about it. Like I said, I'm just can't get here fast enough as far as I'm concerned. So I'm pretty excited. I hope you guys are all too, and we should have a lot of fun this weekend. Where are you at, Daisy Lady? Are you in the US, or are you in the UK, or are you international? I guess I should say. Thank you, Zelma. Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we got. Pretty exciting stuff. So, alrighty, folks. I will get back on here tomorrow to let you know what happens with what we determine regarding the donations and to being able to enter into the drawing. And hopefully by tomorrow, I will be able to tell you what the other items are that you will be able to enter into the drawing for. Okay, I hope to have that by tomorrow. So look for tomorrow's live, folks, where I'll give you that last little bit of information here. We'll see what goes on with Travis and Mark here tonight. And if it is possible for people to internationally be able to put money on Stephen and Brendan's books, then we'll make that happen. That way, all the money's going directly to Stephen and Brendan, right? If we can do that, great. So that's what we're going to be determining tonight. And then, like I said, hopefully by tomorrow, I will also have a definitive answer on the remaining items for the drawing. So, alrighty, folks, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe, and we'll see you.